But another star and the world #1 will be trying to flip the script. Friday saw one of the most dramatic days in tennis, and we are ready for the encore.
Singles final action. Please welcome to Rod Laver Arena, from Spain, Carlos Alcaraz. And his opponent from Serbia, Novak Djokovic.
One of the most talked about events in recent times. You can feel the electricity and you can hear the expectancy. An improbable, but not an impossible number 25 in the major count for Novak on the line. For this man, a chance to complete the career Grand Slam. He would be the youngest ever to do it.
Christian,
Nice to meet you.
how are you?
How you doing?
Have a good match. All right, gentlemen, just before we start, we'll start with the towel boxes. Novak, you want to take the blue one? Yep. And you take the white one? Just for the video reviews, guys, it's better to finish the point and then we can check if there is something, all right? Questions? Who are you going to ask, Novak or Carlos? Okay. We have AO or Mark Edmondson? AO. What is it, mate? Edmondson, your call.
I receive.
You receive. Stay there. And don't run away yet. We need to make some photos facing this way, please. So we go together. And just with the boy, and then just together. All right, Christian, thank you. And just the two of you now.
Let's give a round of applause to Christian.
Novak, having defeated the number 2 Sinner in the semi-finals here, is looking to become the 4th player in the Open era to defeat the world's number 1 and 2 in the singles draw at the Australian Open. And of course, the man on the coin, Mark Edmondson, did that in 1976, beat Ken Rosewall in the semis, and then John Newcombe. Wallander did it here in '83, beating Lendl and McEnroe. And Wawrinka, of course, in that stellar run in 2014, beat Rafa, who is here tonight in the stands, watching on against his rival, who Stan beat Djokovic in the quarterfinals. We're going to run through, obviously, how they've managed to get here Alcaraz, but John Fitzgerald alongside me, sliding in for the last time alongside Wally Masur will be courtside. Oh, what a magical day it's been in Melbourne. I was in a clothing store this morning, and the assistants, without them knowing I was listening in, were just talking about this final, who they thought was going to win, why they were going to win. It was just great eavesdropping in on it.
Well, all over the city, all over the state, and all over the country, it's a big deal down under. What an entrance. What a tournament this has become. What a player he was. What a joy to have him back. I wonder who he'll be supporting tonight. Ali
did say that, you know, it would be Carlos, just purely, obviously, from a nationality point of view. Rafa in 2009, of course, the miracle in Melbourne, coming back against Daniil Medvedev in 22. This man is through to his 11th final, Fitzy. He's never lost in the final here, 10-0.
That's pretty telling, isn't it? It's pretty telling. It's like, it's shocking, in fact, that can be the case. Yeah, trying to culminate, or maybe not even culminate yet, a career that has spanned so long now, and this record tonight could break all others.
Yeah, he picked up his 100th career title last year in Geneva, his 101st in Athens, but this would be the magic milestone, the one that he would dearly love to be, and it would separate him, of course, from Margaret Court with 24 to go to 25. It's been an unusual adventure to get to this stage for Novak in his run through.
No, none of us thought he was going to get past the quarterfinal, did we? He was down 2-0. He had a walkover before that. It's been a strange way to the end.
And then he produced one of the performances of all time in his illustrious career to get past Sinner in 5. There is the slender head-to-head for Djokovic. Maybe more pertinent is the fact that they've met a couple of times in Grand Slam finals, and Alcaraz has had the better of Novak on the grass courts of SW19. But for Alcaraz, of course, third longest match that we've had here at the Australian Open. Novak in the second longest against Rafa in the stadium in that final in 2012. Murray against Kokkinakis went longer, but one wonders how Carlos will recover alongside Novak, who got to bed at 7 a.m. in the morning on Saturday after finishing at 1 a.m.
For me, that's the biggest question mark. And there's dual question marks. We don't know. We don't know how either of them are going to come through. There are 16 years between these two competitors. That surely has an effect. Over time, how can you recover as well as a younger man? That's the question. But if anyone can do it,
1 minute.
Novak can.
John Blom, the umpire. Everyone's got an opinion about this one, wherever you go in the world. Win Predictor says that Alcaraz is almost a 60% favourite to win this.
Ladies and gentlemen, Alcaraz.
Some of that will be, I would imagine, age-related in terms of whether Novak can sort of recover from the late finish, the epic against Sinner, what that took out of his legs. He did obviously have the walkover against Menchik, the retirement. Wally Masur is courtside. Wally, one of the big talking points was whether the roof was going to be open or not at the start of the match. It is open. Does that favour either of these two?
Well, it's a great question, Petch. I had mixed feelings. It's an open-air tournament, obviously, and if there's any chance to have the roof open, you have to have it open. But it's cold, it's breezy, it's going to affect the play. There's no question about it. I think where Novak is serving from will have a wind benefit, but it's going to be somewhat gusty. I'll be honest, Petch, I think if the roof was closed, it would favour Novak. Because the way he hit the ball the other night, it was just so clean. And with those sort of dead conditions, if you like, with the roof closed, I think Carlos would have a harder time getting it out of his strike zone. But I think with the wind and the conditions, it's going to be a night for a little bit of improvisation. I think spin, whether it be slice or heavy topspin, is going to have an effect. I think this does help Carlos to a degree, but it is cold and it is breezy.
Well, tonight isn't just a final. With Novak and Carlos in it, it's a touch of the cap to the past, present and future of this phenomenal game and all their titles and rivalries. for both tonight.